All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream of Marketing Minds Meet. I am here in the not co working space in one of the not co working conference areas slash podcast studio areas. And I am joined today by an individual that I have actually uh, I've met and known since college, but we really never really got into some deeper conversation than we have today. And so far, it's been going phenomenally. This is an individual who took the entrepreneur path and now runs a very successful home cleaning business. And they have made a name for themselves in the Metro Detroit region. And I am also proud to call them a fraternity brother of an alumni of Sigma Alpha Epsilon, the from Oakland University. So, without further ado, I want to introduce everyone here to the one and only David Loria, owner of Squeaky's Cleaning. What's going on, man? Woo! So, David, we've been having a riveting conversation here so far, but I want you to tell everyone about who you are and, more importantly, Squeaky's Cleaning. What that's all about, sir.
Sure. Yeah, my name's Dave. 31-year-old average guy, getting married in June, and I own a cleaning company. We clean homes all over Oakland County. I think that's basically it.
Okay, and I know we talked about this before, but for the live stream here, what was the inspiration for you to start your home cleaning business?
Yeah, so I was doing freelance marketing work, and I'd get frustrated having to market for companies that didn't really have a great service or a great product, right? And so I said, you know what? I want to do this for myself. So I started a cleaning company, decided I can get the customers. That part would be easy. And then I thought all I have to do is hire people and to do the work. That would be easy too. Could not have been more wrong. That's actually the hard part. You learn pretty quickly. That's the difficult part of owning a cleaning company, is being able to deliver the work. But luckily it's worked out. And now we have about 22 employees, I think. And we're growing every day.
Beautiful. And you know what? See, this is raw. This is real. That is my phone going off, and that's Paramore playing, by the way. Great band, also too. Jen, we're gonna let that roll through, and actually, we're gonna keep this going.
I thought you had pushed a button like in the radio. I thought this was a new segment. I was like, wow, man, he's really going wild on this. I thought it was the hard times category.
No, it's not. But yeah, wow, God, what great content. Glad you could be here to share that with us today. Okay, so you service Oakland County, really Metro Detroit. Um, so I know we were talking a little bit about this before, but what is it about Squeakies that makes it stand out from other cleaning companies in the not even just in the area, but just in general? Like, what is it about Squeaky's Cleaning that makes you stand out from the others?
Sure. Yeah, I think it's by far the quality of our staff. We have awesome, hardworking people who try really hard to help us deliver an awesome service. That paired with, I think, an overall mission of doing good work and overall ethics, things like that are all great. Also, consistency, making sure we're going to be there when we say we're going to be there, making sure we show up to all of our jobs, answering the phone. I mean, like simple things a lot of companies get wrong.
Yeah, and that's so huge. That's important. And I also think too, after chatting with you and getting to know you more and more, just I think the drive, the determination, recognizing that it's not an easy gig. Yes, entrepreneurs always get this question, or this assumption from others. It's, oh well, you're your own boss. You get to make your own. You get to do whatever you want, and you get to call the shots, and it must be so easy. It must be so great. Sometimes, sometimes like, if yeah, we can take breaks or we can do whatever we want, but if we're not doing anything, then we're not moving our business forward. We're just at a standstill. So that's on us, right? So it's like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but the actions have consequences, right? For every action, there's a reaction.
Totally. Yeah, you can't skate by and expect to collect your same paycheck. It might, you know what I mean? Or maybe the same one, but it's not going to grow without you usually, right?
Right.
You know,
Right.
the other thing is that, like, I always say I can take a day off sometimes when I want to, but the alternative is that if I can't take a day off, if something happens that needs me, there's no way I can get out of it, right? Like I have to be there. Like we had a car accident a couple weeks ago, had to drop everything I was doing and head right there, right? There's no one else that can do that type of work for me, unfortunately, right? So yeah, it's got trade-offs for sure.
Absolutely. And even like in I'm sure, because as Dave mentioned, he used to have he ran a marketing company that he started doing websites and software, and oh my god, marketing, that's a that never stops. It never stops.
Yeah.
It's great. I love what I do. But no, and I think too, understanding and having that knowledge of, yeah, it's like it's not a perfect world, but you can't imagine yourself doing anything else, and ultimately you love what you do, right?
Depending on the day, yeah. I don't need to love it. I just need to be okay with it. I can make do with what I do, so that's good enough.
I love it. So let's rewind the clock back, and let's go back in time. So we mentioned we were part of Sigma Alpha Epsilon.
Uh-oh. This is the real dark part you were talking about, right?
Tell me, how did you find out about the fraternity? And I want to see if there's like a parallel here on, so David joined the fraternity right before I went alumni. So for those that are not aware of the Greek life, how that works on college campuses, you pledge, right? And then if you pass your pledgeship, then you become an active member, and then you do your active term for a couple semesters, 4 years, and you go what's called alumni. You become an alumni. It's a very nice ceremony. So I believe I went alum in 2012, 2013 era, and you were I don't know if you had just got initiated or if you were pledging. So how did you find out about the fraternity?
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I was dating a girl for, a couple years, whatever else. She was going to Michigan State. I was kind of jealous, felt like a loser. I'm not going away to school, to the big school, right? I'm not going to have any fun. She was so kind enough to remind me of that when I was going to school. She's like, I'm going to be busy. You can't just call me whenever you want. I'm going to be having fun. I was like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
High school girls, man. High school people, both of us I was probably saying stupid things too. But whatever. So I ended up getting invited to a party at some, I don't know what it was called. What's that place called? Tiki Bob's when I was 18.
Oh, Tiki Bob's. Rest in peace.
Got invited to a party there before the school year started with some guys from SAE. Went there. I was like, well, that was the most fun I ever had in my life. I'm going to go do that. So I joined that, broke up with the mean girlfriend, and then the rest was history. Yep.
Yeah. So, okay. What would you say from the fraternity? What was like one of the biggest takeaways you experienced from all of that? Good, and even not even bad, but just learning experiences.
Yeah, I think that that was the only time in my life where I felt like I belonged to like a true community. I think that, like, if you look at all throughout history, most humans have thrived in communities, right? Like back in the tribe days, in the 50s, people were part of clubs all the time. We don't really do that anymore as adults, but like bowling leagues were huge. Women were in knitting clubs, and like the women were like the social network of the neighborhood, kind of. All that's gone away. We're very individualistic now. We have internet to kind of keep us tied together, whatever else. But I look back on that time and think, wow, I didn't realize what I had when I had it. Like, we had hundreds of our friends, men and women in sororities, fraternities, whatever else, around us all the time. For the most part, everyone was pretty good to each other. We all cared about each other. Obviously, we did stupid things as well. But I look back and I think,
did we though?
I look back and I think, wow, there was something real there. Like, we all genuinely cared for each other. I still have friends today. I mean, you and I are in the room today talking, whatever else, right? I think it was just an awesome experience. I think that I wish we were a little more collectivist as a on a micro level with clubs and organizations and maybe churches, whatever else, so I can get more of that in my adult life.
I think too. I think not even just with the fraternity, but like you said, even just like a community base. I'm noticing a pattern here because so when I joined and when I first found out about it, kind of a somewhat of a similar situation. I was in my sophomore year actually at OU, and I don't know if you remember another SA member's name was Tom Muse. Yeah,
Yep.
so shout out Tom. It's my best friend. Now he's in Atlanta brewing beer as a brewmaster.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's killing it. But so it was our sophomore year. We were living in Vandenberg, and our freshman year, because that's how we met. We actually met our freshman year of college at OU, and we lived in Hamlin 9 North. Represent baby. That was probably one of the best years of my life, but that's another story for another time. But at this point, year 2, a bunch of the individuals that we had befriended, got to know, they weren't there. They either transferred or they were kindly asked not to return.
To Oakland, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You must have ran with a bad crowd back then, huh?
Like you said, we've we've done things that anyways. So we happened to we were walking down one of the streets or one of the sidewalks, and there's an individual that's actually running for Congress happened to see us, and he lived on our floor our freshman year. And
are you guys the same age?
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And actually, this individual too, I went to high school with him. And,
Oh, really?
Yep. And Conrad Kelly.
Oh,
Mhm.
so no name shout out for this guy. He's mysterious.
It's Nick Somberg.
Shout out Nick Somberg. I got you, man. I got you. Man. I'll put respect on your name, dude. Tom Muse. Everyone gets a shout out, and then this guy's just this individual.
Well, I want it to be a surprise.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ruined it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh my god. So anyway, so Nick sees us and he's like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" We're like, "Oh, not much." We're in the classic question. What are you guys up to? And we're like, "Jack shit, dude. Like nothing." He's like, "Well, the fraternity SAE, the one that I pledged and I'm part of. We're actually doing a bonfire at the house." And I'm going to be there. Conrad's going to be there, and a bunch of our other members are going to be there. You should come check it out if you want. And we're like, sure. Like we had nothing to do because sophomore year, all of the people that we knew and befriended were pretty much gone. So we get there, and then that's how we met a good chunk of the active members. And met Zach that night. Nate was there. Pretty much most, if not all. I think there was maybe only 1 or 2 people that weren't there, but they were like the older actives at the time, so they were kind of like
on their way out.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and then that's how it started. So to tie it all together, it's like kind of like that sense of because I think we as individuals and just as human beings, like we want to have a sense of belonging, right?
Sure.
So I think in this case, we felt we didn't know where we belonged, besides going to class or not going to class. But and then now this opportunity presented itself. So yes, it was thanks to Nick. We became active, and then we pledged and then became active, and then Tom was on the e-board for a little bit, and then my last year I was the recorder on the e-board. And I will say this too, and I do want to relay this question to you as well. I think for me, I think whether I knew it or not, especially when being on the e-board, the executive board, I think that really was the first nuclei of kind of taking initiative and really wanting to do something that was better, really wanting to be an example. And I don't know. I always credit that part of kind of like my professional and personal journey. I equate that to the fraternity and having that opportunity being presented. Did you have any sort of similar experience like that when you were active?
No, I was mostly just screwing around, getting drunk all the time. So I can't say that I did. No, I think we used to DJ Matt L and I. Shout out to DJ Matt L.
DJ Matt L, baby.
We used to host parties at. We'd rent out venues and host parties and charge cover, and I'd make $200. I thought I was a millionaire, and I think that was like the first, I think, money making venture I had that actually made any money. Not much, but learned some things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will say this. I don't know if you remember this. You might not, because it was so long ago. God, I feel so old. I think you were pledging. And I remember, I think we went to, I don't know where we were at, but I think you and a couple of the younger people at the time, because myself and my pledge class, we were kind of aging out. We were getting ready to go to the next phase of our life. Um,
Yeah, 3 years might as well be 20 years at that age too.
yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's astounding now looking back. It's like, it really wasn't that old.
We were peers, but when I think back, I thought you were like 40 at the time. So
I know, that's how I thought
Yeah.
of the older
Yeah.
actors at that time too.
Yeah.
When I was pledging. So I remember it's every now and then when I ran into you producing Zach's show, it popped into my brain. I didn't mention it just because we were just engaged in so much other great conversation. I remember you I don't know if it was Matt, but it was you and a couple other members, and then maybe like a sorority girl or two. And you guys went to McDonald's, and you came back and you ordered a Happy Meal, and you fucking owned it. Like, and everyone was like chastising you, like, dude, like, what the hell? Like, what's the man? How old are you, 2? And like, you were just like, what's the problem? This seems like that's your problem. Maybe I want the Happy Meal. Maybe I want to. you own.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't remember that, but I will say, ironically, today I tried the Krabby Patty meal at Wendy's. So
Did you?
nothing's changed. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, you know what it tasted like?
What?
Every other fast food burger I've had. I was kind of upset by it, but oh well.
But yeah, that memory of you always stuck with. I think just because it was at the time it was so absurd, but it was like you owned it, and
That's
I was
funny. Yeah,
and
I
I was
remember
just
that.
yeah, I was like, good for. I remember thinking, good for him. You know what? It's gonna go places. Yeah, hilarious. So when you are not running Squeakies and being the boss that you are, making the moves, being progressive, and just evolving. What does David Loria like to do in his downtime? What are your hobbies and activities you enjoy doing?
Yeah. Like to go skiing a lot. Skiing's a big hobby of mine. My whole family, we're a family of skiers. Play some video games every now and then.
Oh, nice.
Counter-Strike. Rust, little Rust. Have you ever played that before?
I can't say I have. Are you PC console?
PC, yeah.
Okay, PC.
Yeah, not as much as I used to, whatever, but my, friends will be on, we'll hop on every once in a while. Other than that, it's been wedding preparation. We just bought a house, so we've been doing a lot of housework, things like that, normal life stuff.
Yes, absolutely. And so you bought a house. How has that been? How's home ownership been treating you?
It's expensive. That's basically it. It's expensive. No, I mean, it's fine. I mean, the much more difficult thing, it's been the wedding preparation. It's just every day we're learning about a new $5,000 expense we didn't have. So I don't recommend it. Honestly, if I want to be a billionaire, I should just get out of this business and sell whatever people sell for weddings, because everything they sell is marked up 300% for a wedding. I can't even believe it, how expensive it all is. It's crazy.
Well, and so Tom Muse, he got married last year. We man, I was the best man in his wedding and all that. And just the updates he was telling me, and and for the record, he loves his wife very dearly. He loves Morgan. Uh, but he's just like, man, he's like, it's stressful, man. He's like, I never would have imagined just. He's like, I know weddings are stressful. He's like, but this,
You're saying being married was stressful or the wedding was
the
stressful?
wedding
Okay,
and this
yeah,
everything leading up to
Yeah,
it. No,
yeah.
he loves married life.
Okay, yeah.
He loves, again, he loves married life. He loves his wife. That's the most important thing. But yeah, no, he was just like, man, like all this preparation. He's like, and like when it was getting closer, man, like he like turned into a different person, and I'm just like, be okay, dude. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna be fine. And
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
can't get over how every item that you buy for a wedding, if it has the word wedding before it, they mark it up a bunch. Like I'm going to start selling cleaning for weddings because I could sell it for $1 trillion, I think.
Yeah, I think you could. Hey, you know what? There's an idea.
Yeah,
There's
yep.
an idea to evolve.
Yep.
Okay, so speaking of evolving, so for you now, you've been running Squeakies for a while now. So for you, where do you hope to see the future for Squeakies in the next 5 to 10 years? What does the future for Squeakies cleaning look like to you?
Yeah. So I'd say the big thing is I want to continue to work myself out of the day-to-day operations, right? So I'd like to be putting people underneath me. I'm not great at my job. I'm not like you keep saying I'm driven, Walter, and I'm not, dude. I'm not. I'm kind of lazy. My employees are always calling me, trying to make me do work. No, I mean, I'm not a very detail-oriented person. I'm a strong starter. I'm good at the beginning stuff. I'm good when things are fast-paced and crazy, whatever else. And as things start to settle and become more repetitive, I get less and less interested in it, right? And so now that Squeakies is kind of self-sustaining on the operations level, I'm sorry, on the, let's say, the lower level operations, some of those higher level operations, I have to start hiring people to kind of take some of my workload off. So that's the big thing for me is I want to have less input in the day to day, and then I want to continue to. We have a lot of awesome benefits for our staff. We can only afford those if we're relatively big and able to do that, right? So, like for instance, our staff gets the week between Christmas and New Year's off paid. They get PTO. They get good benefits. That most of the stuff's unheard of for like an hourly job with no prior experience, no degree, right? The fact that they get 60 hours of PTO a year plus a week off of Christmas. I mean, 3 weeks off a year almost. It's like crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I want to continue to be able to do those things and continue to create jobs people are happy with and all that stuff. So those are my two big goals, I'd say.
Awesome. And I think those are absolutely very attainable. And yeah, at the rate you're going, yeah, I would not be surprised to see that happen at all. One last final question, and this is one of the most important ones. They're all important, but this one I feel is top 3 most important. How can people find Squeaky's Cleaning? Do you have a website, phone number, email, social media? Now is the time to plug all of the things Squeaky Cleaning so people can find you and give you a call.
Sure. Yeah. Squeakiescleaning.com. You can just Google Squeaky's Cleaning, SQUEAKYS. If you're in Royal Oak or Berkeley or Birmingham or Clawson or any of those areas, Ferndale, if you search home cleaning near me, we'll show up usually. Phone number is 248-980-7468. Give Nina, our office manager, a call. Tell her you heard us on the Marketing Mindset podcast. I'll even throw in a discount. What should it be, Walter? What should it be? 5%, 10% off?
You know, you're the owner. I am not in one to
15% off your first cleaning with code WA Hooper.
I love it. Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Well, Sir David of Loria, I have thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you today. Really getting to know you better and more. And like I said, we went to college together, but I was on my way out, and he was the start of the new era of the fraternity. So I was excited to see him in his pledge class do some great things. But This has been another installment of Marketing Minds Meet, and I am Walter Hooper, your host. We are here at the Not Co-working Space inside the Madison Conference Room podcast studio room area, and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, where you can be kept up to date with all things Marketing Minds Meet. And we will see you on the next installment. Thank you so much, and have a good one.